Hello friends, how are you? I hope you're well. Welcome to Reads and Eats. My name is Fiona. I hope you're going to enjoy today's video. I'm going to be chatting about the books that I read last week and what I plan to be reading this week. So the first book I finished was Sweet Laurel Falls by RaeAnne Thayne. This is book number 3 of her Hope's Crossing series. I gave this 4 out of 5. I really enjoy RaeAnne Thayne's writing. I love her small town settings and the romance that happens within them. I also like the fact that we get to meet characters we've met in previous books as well, so you've got continuity going through the whole series. So we meet Maura McKnight Parker, who runs her own bookshop. I love the name of it. It's Dog-Eared and Cat and Coffee it's called, and it just sounds such a delightful shop. Yeah, Dog-Eared Books and Brew, there you go. What a wonderful title for a shop, and it just sounds so good. It sounded such a lovely shop you want to go to and just be part of the whole scene. Anyway, she's had a rough sort of year. Her youngest daughter died in a tragic accident, and she's obviously mourning that, and this Christmas she's really not feeling it. She really is not wanting to celebrate Christmas, but is doing the best that she can, not only for her oldest daughter who's coming back from college for Christmas, but also for the patrons in the book club and the rest of her extended family. She runs many activities from the bookstore, including book groups, etc. And she's sort of putting on. We meet her in this one. She's putting the final touches to the book group Christmas party. And she's standing looking out the window, and she sees a figure of a man, and she's like, nah, can't be. And it sort of kind of slightly disturbs her a bit. And then she's doing something for the party. The bell rings above the store door. I love that idea. I just really do love that idea. And in walks her daughter Sage with this man. This man happens to be Jackson Lange, who is Sage's father. But Sage has never been told this, because Maura didn't tell Jackson that she was pregnant. You get the whole backstory as to why. So Sage comes in like all guns blazing, and Jackson just sort of follows in and doesn't really say much. And thankfully Maura's mother's there and went, I think you should take this into the office, because all the book group are there and they're all gawping. So they go into the office and sort of not exactly have it out. They just, put it this way, Sage rampages on. Jackson says a few things, and they just leave it that they're meeting for breakfast the following morning. But Sage gets Jackson to run her back to Maura's. So this is what the story's about: is why Maura didn't tell him she was pregnant. Sage finding out she's got a father. Sage has also got a secret of her own, which is, that she's not telling anyone about. Sage getting to know her father. Maura getting to kind of re-establish a connection with him. We then throw into the mix Jackson's own father, who is the mayor of the town, who is not exactly the most lovable man in the world, shall we say. And his integration into the family as well. It was so well written. I really, really liked it. And I like Sage's character. I love Maura as a character. I thought she was so good. And I just think the way that RaeAnne Thayne dealt not only with grief, but with, in some ways, found family and reconnecting with family, was so well written. This was one of my books for SAS 24. I think I need to get the next one, guys, because I just want to know what keeps happening. So the next book I read. This is the first book I have for April. It kind of straddled March, April. I finished it in April, so I'm counting it as an April book. And that is Saved by the Marshal Side by Shirlee McCoy. This is a love-inspired suspense. It came out in January of 14 and is part of the Witness Protection Hiding in Plain Sight series. So we meet Annie, and Annie witnessed the murder of her husband and has agreed to testify against those who did it. And she's been in kind of witness protection for the past year, and she's finding the confines are now beginning to grate, shall we say. And she's a lovely little girl whose name now, what makes me think it's Sophie? Yep. Is it Sophie or Sophia? Sophia. Who is the most lovable little character there is. She is just gorgeous. And one of the men that is guarding her is US Marshal Hunter Davis. And he's done witness protection for many, many years, and he has an expert team round about him. But there seems to be a leak somewhere within either the team or the division, and we're not sure where. But they have to move Annie a couple of times during this book. And it's the story of how she's feeling in the run up to the trial, with all that's going on, you know, with the prep for the trial, what witness protection is actually doing for her or to her, and her own feelings, her own thoughts, etc. We also have Hunter and Annie getting closer, and actually, you know, I think is like, are they going to get together, or are they not going to get together? We also have his team going, you know, are you stepping over the lines, are you not stepping over the lines? I did enjoy this one. I think I gave it 4 out of 5. It was a good series, a good book. I don't know what number it is in the series. I really don't know. I can go into fantastic fiction to find out. But excuse me. But no, I did enjoy it. It was good. And I would read more by this author, I have to say. This was my first by Shirlee McCoy, and I would definitely read more, but I really enjoyed that one. I then picked up from the library this book. I asked for it, you know, I reserved it. And that was Face the Music, My Story by Alfie. This was superb. This was absolutely fantastic. It's probably one of the best biographies I've ever read so far in my life. I give this 5 out of 5. For those of you that don't know, Alfie is a singer. He's done opera, he's done musical theatre, he does rock, he does everything. He is so versatile in what he sings. His most famous role was Jean Valjean in Les Miserables, and he is actually going back on tour with the arena tour that's happening in the UK this year. He's reprising the role of Jean Valjean in certain performances, and Michael Ball, who he sings with, there's Ball and Bull, they do albums together, etc., and go on tour together. Michael is reprising his role of Javert. So that's kind of who Alfie is. Now, we get the start of Alfie's story. We get the very first, I'll read you the very first sentence. I'm at the edge now, waiting. The first one to go, but maybe that's better. Get it over with, get it done. I mean, it's sub-zero temperatures and I'm in my shorts, just my shorts. It's okay though, I want to do this, I'm ready. That's the very start of the book. And this is, he's remembering his time with, what's the man's name? I can't remember. Wim, freezing my fears. Right, what was the man's name? I'll tell you that. Wim Hof. So Alfie had went and did this reality TV program called Freeze Your Fear. I didn't watch it, but I've heard about it. So that was an excerpt from the start of that. But he then takes us back in time to the start of his singing career, and where he started off, how he got to, through various things like how he got his part in Les Mis, how he teamed up with Michael Ball. He made his start in the D'Oyly Carte Company. So we have all the story of his singing career up to date, and his time when he had a residency in Vegas. And that was really, really interesting. But he also lays his soul bare. Alfie he and his wife split up, and it was a really, really dark time for him. He suffers from depression, and it took him to a really dark place. And he ended up going through detox and rehabilitation. And he writes very, very openly about this. He doesn't pull any punches. He just tells it as it was. And it was so touching to read. It really was. It was the way he just told you how he was feeling, what his thoughts were, how it has given him the tools to come back into his life, and what that has done not only to him but also to his relationship with his wife and his children. Unfortunately, the marriage didn't last, but from reading the book, he and Sarah are still friends, which is really great, and he has a really good relationship with his daughter and his son. But there are, bits in it that I could relate to, and it was like, there was one bit it really got to me, and it said, "It's the little victories. It's one fruit in front of the other, one day at a time," and that is so true. It's like there are days when the little victories are the ones that you celebrate because that's all you can do. It was very interesting, and he was talking about while during rehab, it was like they didn't understand at first why you were doing menial things like washing the dishes, making your bed, etc. But if you're in a dark place, if you can persuade yourself to make your bed, wash your dishes, cook a meal for yourself, that is a little victory. That is a victory for the day that you have managed to do. And if you can try and keep your space clean and tidy, then that's helping you move forward. And that really did strike a chord with me. I mean, every day I do try to make my bed. I know, looking around my room at the moment, there are things that need to be done. I need to hoover this place. I need to dust this place. And I've been needing to do that for about a month, and I haven't done it yet. It's in my head and I know I have to do it, but I also know I need the energy to do that. So it is very much a balancing act, but the fact that he was so courageous to write about that, to write about the breakup of his marriage and what it did to him, not many people have got the guts to do that, and that I really admire that. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one. Alfie, if you ever watch this video, you're going to be okay. You are going to be okay. You've got the tools. Use the tools. You're going to make it through. And you're ruddy courageous for writing this, and thank you for doing it. It will help people. It really will. So thank you. So that's what I've been reading. I actually started another book yesterday. I did. I started The Orange Grove by Rosanna Lee. I'm only 82 pages through, and I'm enjoying it so far. It's set between Dorset and Seville, and we've got part dual timeline, which is really, really nice. So I am enjoying it. I've got that to go. Will I get it done this weekend? Maybe not. It'll maybe take me into, depends how much time I spend reading. So yeah, but no, I've got this to read, and then I'm starting a buddy read tomorrow with cousin Sonia from Sonia with an I, and we are going to be reading. I can open this up. Come on, come on. You know you want to open. Come on. We are reading Murder by the Book by Laurel and Elliott, which is a beyond the page bookstore mystery. So that's what we are buddy reading this week coming. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a good buddy read. So yes, so that's, sorry, I've forgotten to put my Kindle off of in the internet. So that's kind of what I'm going to be reading over the weekend. So what else are my plans this weekend? Well, I am going out tomorrow to a friend's ex-husband's art exhibition. He's doing a talk, so we're going to that, and then we're going for coffee afterwards. That's going to be really, really nice. It'll be good to see my friend again for a while. I'm looking forward to that. There's rugby on this weekend, so we'll definitely watch that. I'm going to be reading. But I think that's kind of all the plans for the weekend. It's going to be, gentle. This week has actually been a gentle week. I managed to finish my bookish jigsaw, friends. Yeah, the bookish jigsaw that I've been working on for the last X number of weeks. I did finish it. I will put a picture of it at the very end of this video. So I managed to finish that, which was great. Am I starting another one? Not just now, no. My project for this month is to sew up the crochet cardigan that I have made, so to get it put together. That's my goal for this month, which will be nice. But yeah, this week I had a yoga lesson, which was lovely. I have written a letter to a friend. I just need to get it ready for posting, which is fine. And I've started colouring in another envelope for another letter to a friend, so that's good. So it's been a very gentle, quiet week, which has been good. I've been feeling kind of sluggish, but that's fine. But yeah, so that's it for all my news and reviews. I hope you've enjoyed this video, friends. But please come chat with me down in the comments below. What have you read this week? Have you had any really standout books this week? I would love to know. Have you read any of the books I've mentioned? If so, what did you think of them? And what are your weekend plans? I would love to know. But until my next video, friends, stay safe, happy reading. Bye!